if we can give the floor to Iva and Maria from Zagreb. Please tell us your story about Možemo and Zagreb je naš.
Hey, hello to everyone. I hope you hear me.
Yes, you can speak up a little bit, but generally, yes.
Okay. So in the beginning, I will just try to briefly sketch like a background of our political project. So we gathered in 2017, just like 3 months before the local elections, and we formed a political platform, which was not only a party, but a political platform that gathered many different individuals, like activists, workers, trade unions, cultural workers, people from academia, and also people who from neighborhood initiatives. Actually, our goal was to, we formed a political platform since we didn't want to press people to become members of a political party, since this was like our first step into politics, and we were kind of all nervous about it. So we formed a platform. We gathered around 40, 50, 500 people, and after that we formed a party that was actually eligible to compete in local elections. Besides that, we decided to form a coalition with 4 other leftist, progressive but smaller parties that were active in Zagreb, but that also weren't active in local or national politics before. It was a coalition with anti-fascist left, Workers' Front, Green Party, and Party for the City. We formed this coalition because we wanted to avoid split vote, and we also wanted to avoid like public image of fragmented left scene. And this kind of new united progressive political initiative actually wasn't, it never existed before. And the third part that was very important is that we also had a candidate for the mayor, although we knew that in that time, in 2017, we were aware that we won the mayor. But anyway, we did it because we have a system of direct elections for mayors, and actually only this part of local elections was really covered by the media. So that was actually our entrance to the media. And during this 3 months campaign, we worked actually a lot. We did a lot of field work, and we cooperated with like different, of course, neighborhood initiatives, but also we gathered oral capacities, knowledge, and everything we accumulated before through our activist work and through work through NGOs. So in that time, in 2017, we won 4 places in the city assembly, 4 seats, and also 21 seats in city district and 41 in local council. And for the next 4 years, we were probably the loudest and the opposition in the city assembly, but also on the lower level. And actually, already in these 4 years, we kind of opened these institutions to the to the people, and because local politics till then. And especially these lower levels were totally unknown for the citizens of Zagreb. So this was kind of in these 4 years. This was that was kind of our space to show ourselves and to show our program and to show how we actually want to to change the politics, and actually we wanted to change how the politicians and the politics is being perceived. And our campaign then, but also 4 years later, was actually totally tailor-made for the local elections. We tackled the problems the citizens were facing in Zagreb, like communal problem with lack of kindergartens, and also the problems with, well, the privatization of communal services was announced. So we actually that was kind of our main point in the campaign, that we kind of said that were elections for the referendum for against the privatization of communal services. And this work during these 4 years actually opened a space for the campaign in 2021, after which we actually gained the power, and we are actually ruling Zagreb. In Zagreb, with we have like a mayor candidate. We have a mayor and also 23 seats in the city assembly. And maybe my colleague Maria can say something more about the campaign communication, especially in the 2021.
Okay.
Thank you, Iva. Also for the introduction. So yeah, I would like to focus on the two important things which are correlated, and that is our program and also the media communication. And this is actually the part which I was most involved within those now 6 years of being involved in the whole thing. So yeah, just to follow up on what Iva was said, and to follow up on the first campaign in 2017, it was mainly focused on the action, on the media work, mostly through Facebook, because we also had to break the media blockade which we were facing, because we were actually the new political actors, and the field work in the neighborhoods, which was also important for us. But the important part was to mention, which has to be mentioned, is that the whole campaign lasted for 3 months. So from the moment we have gathered and registered as a political entity till the elections, it took only 3 months. And that also sort of reflected on our program, because for the first elections, we instead of a proper large program, we had the guidelines which were made in a participative way. We had 50 people giving their inputs into our first draft of the program, but they were more or less the guidelines of the main principles against which we are fighting. So the process for the second local elections in 2021 of the program drafting was a bit different, because we started working on the program already after the national elections, which happened in the summer 2020. So we sort of have almost a year to prepare the program. And so the process of conceptualizing took place in the summer. And this program, which we created, had 2 layers. And this sort of translated into the program drafting and the program promoting. So one layer was thematic. We actually had 18 important themes and topics, such as education, social justice, health, urbanism, green plan. And then we had the second layer was the neighborhood program. So the idea was to create a separate individual program for each neighborhood. But this part, and I will now talk about this aspect especially, because the drafting of this program was very inclusive, and this was actually our campaign, which started almost a half year before the election. So what we done was was a survey, and we wanted to make it as a participatory program process. We wanted to include our citizens. We were asking them how do they see their neighborhood, and through this process, through communication with them, which is also online. So the survey was online, but more importantly for us, it was distributed on the field. So we were present actually everywhere in the neighborhood, and through promotion of our survey, which actually created the basis for our program, we were actually informing people about who we are, and we were attracting them to join us. So within a couple of months, our membership of our neighborhood groups started growing, and so this was kind of multi-layer process. So in the end, we had a program for all neighborhoods, and the other layer was the program, the thematic program, and we had a couple of months on working on kind of tuning it so that they overlap, so that they reflect our ideas, our vision, the most important strengths. And then it kind of provided the basis for our media campaign, because since in the first election, we can say that our media campaign was a bit different, because it was more symbolic for us. It was important to make this breakthrough and to make the visibility and to sort of create the recognition. So it was more or less, I would say, that's just my impression, but it was more performative. We had many interesting, some also bizarre performances with strong messages, and we wanted to kind of point out to who we are, which are our messages. But for the second election, it was more important for us to communicate. Oh, sorry.
If that's okay, because we are getting short on time. But I think
okay.
We heard,
just to cut it short, we have promoted for a couple of months our program. So we did the press conferences in the neighborhoods, and we just did a very strong promotion of our programs, because it was sort of a winning program, and it was important for us to communicate it. Okay.
I think your passion on the subject is exemplary of the inspiration of this story. And I think the main takeaways are inclusion, and including everyone in drafting the program together, even on a neighborhood level, which is a pretty good achievement. And I think this is the recipe, and what happened in Zagreb and the landslide re-election is, I think, a testament enough to this approach. So thank you very much.